Good morning, fellow ticket holders. Today we are going to head down to Rock Hall, Maryland to Eastern Neck Wildlife Refuge. This is a state park right next door to us down in Rock Hall. And we're gonna go walk some of the trails, just get some sun. It's a nice day out today.
Yeah, Pongo's gonna join us. The last time we went was during the pandemic, about 3 years ago. It was really peaceful. We want to see if anything's changed.
Yep.
You get really nice views on some of the trails, so we're really excited to go see how it's changed the last few years.
Yeah, so we're excited to go down and take Pongo out for an adventure. So let's go on down to Rock Hall, Maryland. All right, are you ready, sir? Are you ready to go down the Rock Hall and take a walk? All right, let's go. And welcome to downtown Rock Hall. As I said, this is the town that the Wildlife Refuge is a part of, but we have to keep going through town here to get to it. It's actually out on an island outside the town, but this is the small, quaint little town of Rock Hall right here. Not much to it. Very peaceful right now, but yeah, let's keep going out this way to Eastern Neck Island. Here we are. As I said, Eastern Neck Wildlife Refuge is a island, and so we're gonna go up and over the bridge here onto the island. Not a big bridge, but yeah. And here we are, Eastern Neck Wildlife Refuge. And the first area here, right after we come over the bridge, we have the Tundra Swan Boardwalk. And according to the sign right here, the Tundra Swan Range. The tundra swan is the most common and widespread swan in North America, and this red area here is their migration route, which comes obviously right over the Maryland and Virginia and North Carolina, right here at Eastern Neck Island. But they come all the way from Canada down through here. They breed up here in Alaska and Canada, and these are non-breeding areas. But yeah, this is named after the tundra swans. According to information that Vanessa found online, they just put this boardwalk in, or redid this boardwalk, and it looks really nice out here. It is overlooking this inlet here that goes out to the Chesapeake Bay, and it looks like they installed a few benches down through here, which is really nice and relaxing. But as we stand at the end of the boardwalk here, we can see out this way is the Chester River, which actually circles around to the end of the island, and it then meets up with the Chesapeake Bay down at the end, and that's what we got right here, which actually I don't think it's gonna show up, but I can see the tops of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge out there. They are right here. Not sure again if they're showing up, but yeah, that's what we got right here in this nice little inlet. And so what we're gonna do is just continue on down the road here and check out the different trails. And before we head out here, on this sign I also see that this outlines what's here at Eastern Neck Island. So we came in off of 445, and you come down, we got the Swan Boardwalk where we're at. Looks like we have some trails. We got the Boxes Point Trail, which is open and new for us. We're gonna go out to Toby Cove, because that's an easy one to get to. There's also Duck Inn Trail, Boggles Wharf, this is where the boat launch is, and continue down. Between April 1st and September 30th, this is where Ingleside Recreational Area is. I believe there's like picnic tables and things out there as well. You got the Wildlife Trail, the Butterfly Trail. I think we're gonna try to get out there too, because that's one of our favorite areas. And then all the way down at the end, you have Wicks Historical Site, as well as a refuge office and visitors center. So that gives you an idea of what's here at Eastern Neck Island. All right, sir, we have made it to our first trail. You ready to go see everything? All right, let's go. All right, so we have stopped at our first location along the way here at the Wildlife Refuge. We're gonna walk down this boardwalk here in a second. But first, I do want to point out that the honeysuckle are out in bloom now. You can see it right here, and it's one of my favorite scents when outside in nature. But yeah, let's go ahead and walk down the first trail here. So as we head over to the trail, it looks like they're doing some construction and some updating right here. I know that the boardwalk itself looks like it's been redone. We also have a couple of new signs over here. This one here on the left says wetland values. talking about the wetlands that are here along the boardwalk and the tidal basins and the different animals that live here on the marsh. And we have another sign called Alien Invaders, Invasive Species, talking about the different type of plants that are invasive and things to the marsh. But yeah, this is going to be the first trail here. It is the boardwalk trail. Looks like it has been recently redone. And down at the end is called Toby Cove, which that's the direction we're going to be heading. Yeah, so it looks like there is a date stamp here in the concrete of 2023. So that's why I believe that this boardwalk has been redone, which is nice. A nice way to walk down the trail through the marsh. So it looks like that there were information placards along the way, which I kind of remember there being. So I'm gonna guess those are under refurbishment right now. Hopefully they will be back soon. But I'm pretty sure it just outlined what you're seeing here in the marsh, what the wildlife that you might see, the foliage that's here. But yeah, we have made it to the end of the boardwalk. We're gonna go into Toby's Cove here inside the trees. I do remember that there were some duck blinds out here that you can go up in and see over top of the river or bay, the body of water that's out there. Yep, the blind is still up here, so let's walk up and see what we can see from at the top here. And here we go. This is what we can see from the duck blind. This body of water that's closest to us is actually the Chester River, and this is where it dumps into the Chesapeake Bay out in the farther area there. I don't know if the color of the water shows up here where it changes, but that's what we got out there, and we got more marsh here. And it looks to the left of the duck blind, an actual just stand that we can go to. So let's go over that way and check out what we can see. And to get over to that little stand, we have to come through the brush here a little bit. Gotta watch out for the wetness because it did rain yesterday. But yeah, let's head this direction. And here we are from the just lookout point, much more open and scenic from here. Such a beautiful view. Let me see if I can zoom in and see the sailboats that are out in the bay. They look a little small on the screen. You can see them going back and forth over there on the Chesapeake Bay. Are you enjoying looking at the birds, sir? Got this opened up real quick here on the boardwalk area. Let you get some sniffs in and see the birds in the Chesapeake Bay out there. Alright Pongo, you ready to move on to the next trail? I think the next one's gonna be a new one that we haven't done before, because it's always usually closed. But yeah, let's go check it out. So as we make our way out of the Toby Cove and the boardwalk area, I just want to say that I'm not sure how much talking we will have in this video when we're walking through the actual trail, because we're here to actually enjoy the nature, so it might be a little bit of just sounds of nature throughout the video, which that's what we're here to enjoy. So I do apologize if you would prefer us to talk, but that's not the type of video you would do here at a state wildlife refuge. So I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there here at the beginning as we go ahead and continue down these trails. So here's the next trail called Boxes Point Trail. It's 1.2 miles round trip down and back. And as the signs say, you park back at Toby Cove, which is where we just was, and just walk down the road real quick. It's not that far. So yeah, here's the entrance to the trail. When we were here before, this was all marked off saying that there was bird nesting and you weren't allowed in there. So I guess early in the season we can walk down it. So let's go check out this trail. So here's some really pretty white flowers. Pongo, what do you think? Give them a sniff? Not interested? Oh, there you go. Not sure what those are, but they are very pretty. So right off the bat, it kind of looks like this trail is partially covered with the trees, which makes it nice if it was really hot out. It's not hot out today, but it's really nice to have a shaded trail. And speaking of the weather real quick, as I mentioned back at Toby Cove, it did rain yesterday, so that means the bugs are out today. They are flying around. So if you come, be sure to wear bug spray. We just put some on before we walk down this trail. So we have come to a clearing. I'm gonna assume maybe about a quarter way down the trail. There's a sign over here that says parking, so I'm gonna guess, even though it says no parking now, you used to be able to drive back this far and park, and then go down the trail here where we're continuing. And there's a sign here that says no cars. So again, we've never been down this trail, so it's interesting to see that there used to be parking back here. Alright, so I'm gonna guess we're about halfway down the trail now, and that whole section so far was all undercover, so that was nice, other than the flies that are attacking us. As I was saying at the start of the video, there's so much honeysuckle around right now, and it smells so good. And now that we have come out of the area that's covered by the trees, we can see that the foliage next to us has changed, and we have more of this like sea and water plants with the cattails or the tasseled tails here. We also have this tree that fell over and is just resting on top of the other one. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure we're close to either the river or the bay up here. And here we are. We have come to a water basin of some sort, little lake here. I'm pretty sure right on the opposite side there is the Chester River, and it looks like our trail circles on around there, and we'll be able to see it here very soon. Alright, so we've come to another section here on the trail that is covered by the long needled pine trees, but I do hear some water sloshing, and we have a clearing, and I do see a beach, so we have made it to the river. And here we are. It does end out here at a small beach on the Chester River. So nice and peaceful out here. I didn't expect to see these out here. It looked like a whole line of catching baskets, I would assume for crabs. I've never seen them like that before. Normally you see the ones that are all the way down in the water. So that's interesting. Now before we head out of here, let's look over here to the right, down the beach. We can see all these gnarly trees that have fallen over and are decaying. We have some more way down the beach there that have broken off. And they just look like standing driftwood. That is a really cool shot down through there. What do you think of the water, sir? You enjoying the beach? Really pretty, isn't it? But these flies are being annoying, so we're gonna head out, all right? And speaking of the traps, I think this is one of them that was out there in the river. Looks like it made its way up here, so that's all we got out there. I think it's for crabs, but I've never seen them like that before. But there are a lot of bugs and a lot of flies, so let's make our way back out of this trail. We're making our way back, sir. We're making our way back to the car. About halfway through again in the covered area. And we have made it back to the head of the trail. That'll complete our second trail here. All right, so our next area here will take us to the right past the gate. Just a warning that the gate does go down half hour after sunset and does not reopen until 7:30 a.m. So don't get yourself stuck down here. And we're gonna turn right here down this gravel road to the Bayview Butterfly Trail. This is all gravel down through here, so it's a little rough, but it's easy to access because you can do it by car and not have to walk it. And here we are at the end of the gravel road. Here in front of us, we got two areas we can go to. You got the butterfly trail that direction, which goes out and around. You got the observatory deck out there that we'll go to momentarily. And as the sign says, over here to the left, we have a butterfly garden. So we're gonna go check that out first. So over here, as I said, we do have the butterfly garden here to the right. But here to the left, you can see this house here. It's called the Cape Chester House. This is the first and last house built by the Cape Chester subdivision. According to the sign, in the 1950s, a portion of Eastern Neck Island, including the site right here, was purchased for a 293 lot housing development. Remains of this development can still be seen today along the road leading to this site. So I guess this area down here was zoned for housing development, but then the community got involved and said they did not want this area to be developed because of the nature, and it was turned into the National Wildlife Refuge that we have today. So that's really neat, but let's go over here and check out this garden. This garden here is upkept by the community volunteers. They come in and weed it and put in flowers and just keep the upkeep to it. And that's really nice. Let's see what kind of flowers we can see along the way. So it looks like right now majority of the flowers are these two different types, the white ones and these blue ones. We did have that yellow one there for a second. I'm guessing these must be the butterfly's favorite bushes, seeing as they have a lot of them here. But one nice and relaxing part of the garden, someone did install this pond here with a small waterfall, and it adds to the ambiance and calmness of this garden. And finally, before we head out of the butterfly garden here, there is this really nice pavilion back here with some seats to be able to just sit and relax and take in the beauty that is this area with the Chesapeake Bay back here. And yeah, so that would be the butterfly garden down here on this trail. Next, we'll head out to the observation deck. We would sit, as Vanessa did have Pongo there. I don't know if I caught any shots of them sitting on the bench, but the bees and the flies are no joke today. That's why we actually will not be going down any of the other trails that go through the woods, because they're just attacking us like crazy, and we don't want to be eaten up ourselves nor put Pongo into any situations with the bugs. But we will walk out here to the observation deck and see the Chesapeake Bay real quick. All right, so here we go. Let's go down this small trail real quick out to the observation deck that's down here. And Vanessa decided that she would carry Pongo down here because it's not too far, and we think he's getting a little overheated in his little carrier, but he does seem to enjoy to be carried for small periods. Hi, whoa, where are you going? Oh, are you, sir? We're gonna head back for a second. Let's go up here for a second and then we'll head back. And here we are. This is the observation deck up here. Looks like we have a couple of binoculars at different heights for people. And we have a nice seated area up here to just sit and enjoy the Chesapeake Bay. Again, another nice spot here on the bay. And one more thing, as I said, when we were standing up here, there is a trailhead. It goes out and through the trees here, and it comes around and comes down this way to the observation deck. And that will conclude our time in this section here at the butterfly trail and the butterfly garden and the observation deck. The bugs out here are no joke right now. They are biting. Again, I would assume because of the rain yesterday, but we have one more area that we're gonna go check out, and that's on the opposite side of the road there, and we're gonna go check out where the boat launch is real quick, which is actually on the Chester River side, and then we'll head out. On our way out here, it looks like we have an osprey up on the osprey nest. There's a few twigs, so I don't know if it's going to start making a nest or if it's just sitting up there, but yeah, we got one just sitting up there, sunning itself. So as we come out from the butterfly trail and garden area, if we kept going to the right or straight from the main road, there are a few more things like the refuge office, the visitors center, a gift shop, tidal marsh overlook, and Wick's historic site. Yeah, that way, but I don't think we're gonna head that way today. We're gonna turn left here and head back towards the front of the park area, but we're gonna make a detour to the right at the intersection to go towards the boat launch. And actually there is another trail called just a wildlife trail, and I've done this one before. It just goes out as a small circle around in the trees there. Another area to point out as we head out here is the Ingleside recreational area. It is 1.2 miles out to the left here, open between April 1st and September 30th. It is all accessible by car, and out there they do have picnic tables and it overlooks the bay. It's a really nice area to go out if it's like lunchtime or something like that. And here we are back at the gate. And right now we're gonna turn right down Bogglesworth Road, which there is a buzzard meeting us on the sign. And right past the gate is the intersection again. We came in from this direction, but we're gonna go down Bogglesworth Road. And this is where the boat launch is. On down the road here, we do have parking for Duck Inn Trail, and that trail is right here across from the turnabout, and it goes down through the trees again, and it will actually end out where we were earlier with the box trail. So that goes basically to the same area we did this morning. And here we are. This is Bogglesworth. This is a landing where you can take boats out. We'll walk over here real quickly. But yeah, we do have some standing water from the rain yesterday. And as I have mentioned a couple times already, this is the Chester River side of Eastern Neck Island. And as we make our way this direction, it'll circle out and around the island and end up at the Chesapeake Bay. And we can see that information here on this sign. It says Eastern Neck Island Water Trail, and it says we are here. And it shows that you can take kayaks and boats and go all the way out and around the island, which will take you, as I said, the Chester River side over here, and as we come around the tip, goes right into the Chesapeake Bay. And the last time we were here, this whole deck was actually gone. It had fallen in, and so you couldn't actually walk out here. So it's nice to see that they were able to come out and fix it so you can come down to the end of the pier. And here we are at the end of the pier. We'll take one more pan across the inlet here that goes out to the Chester River before we conclude our video. Again, as we've been saying, it's nice and peaceful to be out here today. And luckily there's not as many flies out here on the river. So this is much better than a little while ago. And that will conclude our video here at Eastern Neck Island Wildlife Refuge. We only spent a couple hours here because we had Pongo with us, and as you can see, he is being very restless because it is hot. But there's a lot more here to see. As you saw, we had some trails. All right, go ahead and go back here. There were some trails on the way that I pointed out, picnic areas and such.
It was very peaceful. I wish we could show you more. There's so much to do here.
Yeah.
They have a bit, like we mentioned, there's a visitor centers with a little bit of history of the place. Hopefully we can come back once, because it is a little hot right now.
Yeah. Though it is only 72 degrees.
But we got a good workout. We got out of the house. We got some exercise.
Took him along with us. We have been saying we want to do more videos with him. So we thought we'd bring him here, seeing as it's more local to home, to see if it's possible. Not 100% sure how well that worked, but we'll see. So we hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, be safe, be kind, and adventure on. Bye! Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed to our channel yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below.